Hey guys, I wanted to show you guys a really cool extension that I made. It's called AI Osmosis. I made this to help people learn languages and learn the vocabulary behind languages as you just browse and use the internet. So it's nothing too crazy. It's completely free. If you check the privacy, I'm not tracking anything, none of that. It's completely isolated, no analytics, and completely free. So this video is just gonna be an overview of what it is and how you can get it. So you can get it by going to the website and then just getting it from the Chrome Web Store. So it's actually on the Chrome Web Store. We can add it to Brave, and then you can see if I open it, here it is. This is basically everything that you're going to need to worry about. And you can see here, you can choose different languages, obviously enable it, and then choose the translate duplicates. That just means that on the page, will it translate the same word multiple times? The immersion percentage, and there's kind of an example of this on the website. The higher their immersion percentage, the more words they get translated. And then the phrases or sentences or single words, and then below inline, or you can replace the text. So I'm gonna just go through and like show you this working with a couple different things. And then you can see here in the configuration, the settings icon, if you click on it, you get to specify your AI provider. It can be any open AI API endpoint, as long as it's using the standard OpenAI architecture. And then you provide your secret key. You can hit this refresh button if they have the like /models endpoint. If they don't, then you can just type in the model name. It will work. I've tested that. And then you can do the same thing with Google Gemini. But you can see here, I'm actually running in a local Ollama instance. And I'll have a separate video showing how to set that up if you want to do that. And with this Ollama instance, I hit refresh and I get to see all of my models that are currently locally available. I'm going to choose something that's kind of light, so you can translate pretty fast. The larger it is on a local machine, obviously the slower it's going to be. So, you know, I think it's better to prefer a smaller model that can handle translations. I think Gemini, it tends to be better for translations. I could be wrong, but I mean, Google Translate's a thing. A lot of people use it. And Google having that at the resource, I couldn't imagine them not putting that into the model. And then this cancel icon here is actually the block sites. So if you click on it, you can go ahead and list out sites that you don't want the AI translating or the extension to be using. And that can be your bank account, that can be, you know, just things like docs and stuff that you don't necessarily want, or you're flicking through very quickly and you don't really want to see the language that you're learning, I guess. It kind of goes against the idea, but I totally understand that some people just don't want it. I'm personally actually learning Korean, so this has been pretty useful for me in that sense. And then I'm gonna turn on translate duplicates. I'm gonna turn this kind of high. I'm gonna do like 30 to kind of show it, and then I'm gonna hit save changes and I'm gonna turn it on. You can see it's already going to work. I can hear my computer spinning up, the fan spinning up in it. And as it starts to go, you'll kind of get the whole vibe of it. I mean, this is down here is kind of already explaining it, but boom. So now how it works is that it translates specific words. It puts a little, makes them a little bit faded and puts little dots underneath them. And then those translated words, the translations, go in parentheses right next to it. So, and then you also have the ability to click on it and it will play a sound. Mine's very finicky because I'm on Linux, and the playback machine on Linux is finicky. So I'm not going to test that right now. And then what I can also do is, you can see this is single words. If I refresh the page, what you'll notice is that some of them instantly translate, and that's because there's actually a cache with this too. Because there's no point to, like, if I'm translating a word that I've translated before, there's no point to retranslate it, right? Unless it's wrong. There's a chance it could be wrong. But you can go in here and you can clear your translation cache, or if you just change the language, it'll clear it too. That's just a way for it to cut down on the API usage. So if you're using like an API that isn't Ollama or something, You don't have to worry about it. Also, just there's no point to waste the extra resources as you're browsing. So yeah, and then the other cool part of this is that it can do phrases and sentences, right? So if I hit save and then let me go to sentence mode, you can see here it translated the whole sentence. The same for this guy. If I hit this, and hit this reset page translations, it will pick different words to go with. So you can see it translated this whole guy into this. So again, this is really nice because you can see words in context of phrases and sentences, which can help really progress your learning, especially if you're at that higher level where you have a good understanding of the vocabulary, but you need more practice with the grammar and seeing different vocab words in sentences. Like you're able to get that. I'm still not at that level, so I'm not exactly sure how useful this is. I imagine it being pretty useful. And then also, the cool part about this is that you can have it replace text. Now, it might not keep the same formatting, and if you mouse over the text, it'll tell you what it is, so you can at least, you have your way of still cheating kind of to figure it out. And that's nice, right? So you can go through, it will translate for you as you're browsing the internet. And just to show you, here's a website, right? Here's YouTube. And if I hit refresh, I guess I don't even have to hit refresh. I can just go down here and hit AI Osmosis, hit reset page translations. And there you go. Let me hit it. And then you can see this guy's running. He's changing. Again, it's not gonna be perfect, and it does take a little bit of time. So as you're scrolling, you might be reading some stuff, and eventually it will be translated, so you can kind of have an idea of get some Korean as you're learning. I think that's one of the nicer things about only translating the smaller words is because like after you've translated that word, the cache kind of handles bringing it back. And then as you're browsing, you see that word a lot more, and it really reinforces it with your vocabulary. With phrases and whatnot, if your machine doesn't have a ton of output power, which my machine has an okay amount, but even with this model, it's kind of slow. Um, it can
사기가 아니라면
take a
왜
little
사기
while.
모양이야?
And you see there, this
사기가
time
아니라면 왜 사기 모양이야?
when I press it, it actually plays the sound. So yeah, and that's the whole idea, right? So it's like you can actually really reinforce any language that you're learning. And yeah, if you guys have any opinions or suggestions about this, please let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to. I think it's like, again, it's completely free. Go ahead and just add the extension to your Chrome or Brave or whatever. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. Thanks.